Welcome to Radio Today broadcasting in Johannesburg on 1485 AM and nationally on DSTV Audio, Channel 869.
It's Travel and Things. I'm David Batsoffen. Welcome if you've just joined us. If you've been with us for the whole hour, I hope you've enjoyed the show. The last 15 minutes with me once again. It has been a while. Simon McDonald from Click. And he's dropped in front of me what looks like the Arc de Triomphe. Simon, firstly, welcome. And secondly, I know of beanbags as just, a beanbag that you rest your camera on. This thing is far more than just that. You'd have to buy a vehicle to fit under it.
Well, good morning, David, and good morning to the listeners. This is the Apex beanbag, and it's quite unique, as you can see.
Okay.
Not only as a beanbag that you can use as a soft beanbag, as the traditional type beanbags, but also it has an aluminium plate at the top. So it's a rigid platform.
Okay.
Put it over your door of your vehicle, and it's a rigid platform. Put your ball head or a gimbal and drop your camera on there, and it is an ideal platform for certainly for wildlife. And for birds.
Now, how they don't necessarily need to use it. You've got to use it to capture I've never seen a line with one like this anyway. Tell us a bit about it. How did it start? I mean, it's like most people use a tripod or a monopod.
Sure. And a lot of people when they're in their vehicles in the game parks, they use beanbags on the windowsills, and there are various designs to attach a camera to a vehicle. This particular model, the Apex, came to us through one of our ambassadors, Chris Martin, who picked one up when he was in the States at B&H, and he raved about it and said, we've really got to try and bring them into the country. And we contacted chap Travis from Apex and started negotiations with him. And
lo and behold, here it is.
Yeah.
Now, does it come? I'm looking at this rigid ball and socket on the top. Does it come together with this, or is this an added extra?
That's an added extra. The Apex itself comes with obviously the bag and the plate, the aluminium plate, which you can slide into the top.
All right.
And it takes it's a standard fitting. So
that was going to be my next question, because there used to be a slightly smaller thread. I think my monopod has the thread within a thread, basically.
Sure. This is the standard that'll take the ball head.
Yeah.
But if you have a smaller device you want to put on, when we have the adapters. But generally, if you're going to fit a ball head or a gimbal type head, that's a standard fitting.
Okay.
It's 5
now, the particular one that we have in front of us here in studio is in camo. Not even proper camo. It looks like you've pulled it out of a forest, which is really cool. Are they all this color, or do they come in sort of plain black?
There are two different camo designs.
Okay.
One's called the Real Tree. I think that he just pulled it out of the forest is quite right.
Right.
That's the Real Tree, and the other is the APG. They're both well-known designs, or camo designs. And then we have standard black. A lot of people don't like camo.
Yeah.
It's kind of strange to put a camo design on a blue vehicle. But that's...
Animals don't tell the difference.
Sure, that's the way they come. There are also three different sizes.
Okay.
This that we have here is the Mini. There's the low profile, which is a bigger bag, but a lower profile on the top. So if you have a smaller window frame, even some of the larger 4x4s have a smaller window frame. So that's ideal for there. And then we have the standard, which is quite a big bag. It'll take up to a 600 lens quite steadily, and that's really for the cruisers and the Land Rovers out there that have got plenty of space.
I've got news for you, Simon. If you can't handhold your own 600 before, you're a biker. And I know that in certain countries, when you do your driver's test, they drop your bike, and you have to be able, specifically in Japan, to be able to pick it up unaided.
I don't think I'd do that with my bike. Well, I couldn't.
Then you'd fail your test. But maybe it's the same with this sort of thing. If you can't pick one of these up unaided, then you don't need it.
Sure. Look, I mean, definitely you can hold your lens and shoot, but for the birding shots where you really want a stable platform, it's ideal.
Those birding shots, Clive, if you're listening, you're getting better and better. Are always the ones, and it's always that shot that we've all got them, where whatever bird it is has just fallen off the branch as you take it. So you've got a tail feather in the bottom left or right hand corner, or a claw in the top left or right hand corner, and that's all you've got.
That's it. I have hundreds of them, trust me.
Now, I see it has a strap. Is that to carry it by?
Generally, it's to carry it by. It's also some people. I mean, the bags are fairly heavy once loaded. But some people are still a little nervous. You've got 100,000 rands worth of camera sitting on top of it on a vehicle, so they want to secure it, and you can do that with these straps around the door handle. If you wanted to.
Now you said that you've got to load these bags.
Yeah.
It sounds dangerous. What is inside? What keeps us falling over?
Okay, we put in it's a polyethylene bead that we've put in, but we're also well aware if you're traveling, certainly if you're flying, you don't want to be carrying extra weight, so you take everything out. When you arrive, you can buy a bag of rice from pretty much anywhere you go. Sunflower seeds, anything like that. Soil, sand. But you might have
problems getting through customs on the other side.
But, certainly the rice is a great option. You fill it with rice. It's a nice stable platform. When you finish your photography, you can have lunch.
I was about to say that if you're desperate for food, you've got it with you.
Absolutely.
Now, did I see pockets on this thing, or is that just it's the zippers where you put stuff?
Sure, this is to fill it. There is a pocket on the side, and it's got it has the plate. There's a wear plate which goes on the top here, just to stop any wear from the ball head. It fits in.
And you could also use that. I don't know, maybe for storing a card holder or something like that, because there's enough room. And then there is this is, I suppose, there's another strap to carry it all.
And then this plate, as I mentioned, this Velcro here is to pull out the aluminium plate if you've got the ball head removed.
All right, so we'll take all this off. If this was television, it would work much better, wouldn't it, for you? So
look, we both know that you just wanted me to bring the Apex so that you could keep it.
Hey, listen. Okay, so out it comes. It's very simple, and
now you've also got just a standard soft beanbag. You can lie down or put it on the bonnet of your car.
Okay, and so in sort of door mode, it looks like a U, so you can hang it over. But if you were, as Simon said now, if you were to lie this flat on your vehicle, then you can just use it as a rest rather than hand-holding your lens. Because those lenses are getting bigger and bigger. Absolutely. And if you've got proper lenses, you know as well as I do that the glass weighs a lot.
It does weigh a lot and costs a lot.
And you want to look after it. And, when you're waiting for that shot, specifically with wildlife, who are not doing what you want them to, and you've got to sit there for minutes, if not hours, just waiting to get that one picture. Any support, financial or otherwise, is always good to have.
That's it. That's right.
Simon, we've got, I was going to say, what have we got coming up? Easter. So instead of giving, Easter eggs, which are not good for you, maybe we should start a thing where you give photographic gifts at Easter.
I like your thinking. I really like it.
New marketing. Photographic gifts for Easter. And then you can take pictures of the Easter bunny hiding the Easter eggs that you're not going to eat. Where are these available?
They're available from our outlet in Kaya Sand, also through the chaps at Wild Eye, and through Next Gen Trading. They're in Republic Road in Randburg. They've also got a showroom there. So they're available in Gauteng at this point in time from a few outlets. We're negotiating in the coastal areas.
What is with the coastal areas they want to negotiate? Just take that product, people. Is there a website? Does Click have a website? And it's Click with a K, not a CK.
That's right. It's a CLIK. So Click SA. .co.za.
All right, and then they can go and have a look there and find out
under supports.
And what new products sort of for 2014 have you got anything in the pipeline?
We have a range of new tripods from Redjed. New designs. They're sleeker, smarter, lighter. They're all the Traveller now. So they have one leg that comes off as a monopod, so you don't have to buy both a monopod and a tripod.
It's always a problem.
And a new ball head. We've also brought in some new video fluid heads. That are I think are going to be a big hit here. They're inexpensive but high quality.
Because you obviously have the same problem as me. I've just come back from Australia, and when we tried to board the plane, the woman said to me, normally I get away with it. put away your backpack, please. And I went, I know what's coming. I said, I'm a photographer. She said, put it on the scale.
Yeah.
And I was 3.5 kilos over.
And being Australian, they probably charged you.
No, she said to me, look, your bags haven't left yet, so start just rebag everything.
Right.
But, as camera folk, you can't go overseas with a point and squirt in your pocket. You want lenses and you want all the gear, and this is what happens. Your bag ends up really heavy, and there's nothing you can do about
The
it.
secret, and it's I'm sure it's a skill that
Share.
you can learn.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but you also you've got to develop the skill of picking up your backpack that it looks like it weighs nothing.
Oh, you see, I've done that, but this particular lady, I think, just went, hang on.
She's married to a photographer.
Yeah, she says I have the same response, and I think our bags were light.
Okay.
So, but again, she said to me, how many laptops have you got in that thing? I said 2. I've got a laptop and an iPad. And she said, I know you don't want to put it in your suitcase because, they can't guarantee. So I don't know, unless somebody comes up with, I have no idea, a really ultra lightweight frame to something. But it's good to know the tripods. This is why I always leave my tripod behind, because that's always the one that you can do without.
Sure. And talking weight, we also have the new gimbal head, which is in carbon fiber. So it's a beautiful, it's a stunning gimbal head in its own right, but being carbon fiber, weighing 1.2 kilos, but it'll take 25 kilos.
Okay.
So that's a stunning device.
Yeah, the new Nikon 800mm lens, I think, needs one of those.
It's well, if you can afford one of them, you can afford the carbon gimbal.
Exactly.
head.
I think that particular lens is 250,000 rand. There's one in South Africa at the moment, and I know who owns it, and it's not me, unfortunately. I was sitting at a venue, and I won't mention the name. I don't want to embarrass them. Where a guy walked, he's got the Nikon 300 to 800, and I'd been sitting at an incident, and I'd taken some pictures, and I was very chuffed with him. And and I've only got a 50 to 500, and this guy was sitting, and he was complaining every single shot of his was out of focus.
I love it.
And you've got to love it. You spent 250,000 rand on a lens and you have no idea how to use it.
Oh, that's great.
Serves you right. Simon, as always, good to chat to you.
Thanks for
this.
having me.
So let's go very quickly through what's been happening on the show today. Started off in Pretoria with Gert Jonker, and he spoke to me about Liza's Guest House, and you can find out more about them on www.liza.co.za. Then Auntie Kate Turkington joined me, and no, she's not my real aunt, but everybody in the business calls her that, and has for an inordinate amount of years. She's off to Pilanesberg and then to Oudtshoorn, and you can find out more about where she's been on her blog, which is kateturkington.com. And also she mentioned quite extensively Whitsand, so look that up because I know I will be. And then in studio with me, Tracy Kroch from Cruises International, and if you're considering a cruise this year, and it may be a good idea given the state of the rand at the moment, at least you can get to see many things for the same price, so to speak. You can find out more about them on www.cruises.co.za or give them a call on 011-327-0327. And then finally in studio with me, Simon McDonald from Click, and that's www.clicksa.co.za. Now, I keep mentioning the fact that the show is sponsored by High Safari Ranch and Lake Heritage out in Mulder's Drift, and it was brought to my attention just recently, in fact more than once, that people might not know how to spell higher if they want to look it up on the internet. They may think it's H-I-Y-A, as in higher, how are you? They may think it's H-I-G-H-E-R, as in it's higher than wherever. But it is, in fact, supposedly a Swahili word, and it's H-E-I-A. So there you go. H-E-I-A, Safari Ranch. Very simple. Lake Heritage, also very simple. And Mulder's Drift, you all know how to spell that. And if I was you and you have nothing to do tomorrow afternoon, why don't you head out to Haya Safari Ranch, HEIA Safari Ranch, and go and try their legendary Sunday afternoon buffet. It's well worth it. And if you have a mountain bike, take that with you, because the track is looking spectacular at the moment. You can also trail run there, and if you have a canoe and you haven't just done doozy, you can canoe out there and swim. And more importantly, there are lifeguards on duty. That's it from the show for this week. Until next time, from yours truly, David Batsoff, and cheers.